You are participating in the viewership of the second tournament me, Inuki, has decided to cast. Today, we continue from the battles of last time. It's still Siberian, it's still Lolly. Siberian this time as the allies on the north side. Lolly, it's a first for a tournament that I've casted. We see the Panzer Elite because this is an all-factions tournament. So I welcome it. I'm not a big fan of Panzer Elite or Brits, but I certainly welcome it here today, and we'll see how Siberian can deal with the Panzer Elite. He is not producing a barracks, that's very interesting. He's going to be getting a third engineer squad. Will this be the chosen one to build all gloriful barracks? I believe it probably is. So he's moving out to capture the munitions, first of all. I guess he loves his munitions. He's going to extend to the fuel point on the right-hand side by the looks of his initial 2 units going out to capture. Lolly, on the other hand, has decided to get his grubby little hands on some fuel of the star and then capture a victory point. Okay, you can see the flag is going up, 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 and away it is. Not what I probably would have done. I would like resource more than a victory point early on, especially with the capturing speed of the Kaliningrad. He's moving over here. Very bold of Lolly to do this. He is going to give away that he is capturing this area because it blinks on the mini-map. And you can see this engineer squad here is capturing the munitions point as well. They should see that territory blinking. There should be something popping out. Is it a Jeep? It's not a Jeep. It's a rifleman squad. I always love a Jeep against a Panzer Elite mix-up because you'll always see one Kaliningrad on the field at least. And it's amazing to actually just destroy the Kaliningrad because the Panzer Elite soldiers, the Panzer Grenadiers, these guys here with the G43 rifle upgrade, they have a slow capturing speed initially. You can upgrade that. But the Kaliningrad is the main unit of choice for capturing stuff, and Luftwaffe has already been selected as the doctrine for Lolly, which means his Kaliningrad can stealth around there and scout, also back cap of stuff very, very easily. But one Jeep in the mix, and you can knock out that Kaliningrad. You've took out so many freaking points of the enemy because they just can't capture fast enough. And look at this! This guy needs to stay in formation! Ooh! Basic training right there, soldier. Get back to... Well, you can't now, you're dead. But, you know, if you were alive, you should probably go do it, because that was just silly of you. Kaliningrad, though, being caught out by a Jeep, the second unit produced by Siberian, and the damaged engine has been upified. It's not getting away. The next volley is certainly going to kill it, unless this guy is a bad aimer. But he's not. He did well. He got the right amount of basic training in terms of aiming at units 10 meters away from him. And it seems like Lolly is camping out on this area. I believe he wants to capture this point. He's being hit by this MG back at the base, though, which does suppress him. He can just fires outside of the range of where it actually indicates. Be careful of that. Be very, very careful of that. Lolly moves back, though. He's still going to try and capture this point and cut off a lot of territory. Meanwhile, the Kaliningrad moving around here to capture this point. I'm a bit concerned why he is capturing this point here and then the victory point. You should really establish more of an economy early on in the game with these points here, or at least pressure his opponent. I mean, there certainly is pressure going on here. This could not be more pressureful for Siberian. But honestly, Lolly, you need to get ahead as well. You can't just stop your opponent from getting ahead. You have to get ahead yourself. And we've got a flamethrower moving in here from Siberian. I think that might go torture... No, they're going to torture the guys in heavy cover over here. And... they get slowed on retreat. Oh, he's got some moves on him. Look at the side-to-side footstep. Both guys sort of give chase there. Almost a bit of suppression on the guys inside the building, which hopped out just for a sec to try and kill off that engineer with a flamethrower. Siberian holding up behind this heavy wall, and it's doing pretty well. You notice that he's actually focusing the Panzer Grenadier soldiers not inside the building, but to the right. And now the Jeep comes in, so the final push against this Panzer Grenadier soldier with the Jeep. He's going to give chase as well, and he just goes underneath the pipe. Apparently Limbo was on the basic training schedule of that guy's list, but he's going to find out that there's a Kaliningrad here, and he's going to give chase to that as well, so this is going to be a big, significant loss for Lolly if he loses 2 Kaliningrads. He's not going to be able to keep up with the capturing, and you can see on the tactical map point of view, lots of blue stuff, limited red stuff. In fact, Lolly only has the fuel and munitions point, which is now getting captured by the engineers. That's not good. This is... All of a sudden, these victory points seem kind of insignificant. We didn't want them at all. We wanted more monies. Monies would have been nice. 2 Panzer Grenadiers. I believe those were the guys that were up way, way to the north. We don't know what kind of men live in the north. Apparently Panzer Grenadiers, or it used to be, and then the riflemen came to rectify that situation. Kettenkrad trying to do exactly what Siberian wanted to do earlier on, block the guys from escaping so he can take more fire. We got the G41 Rifleman Squad, 43, 41, one of the numbers there. Ah, damn it, blasted, whichever year it was made in. But these guys from the building have finally been annihilated from their position. There it is. Good times, happy memories. We liked it when we were hooded in that building. It's a shame, though, that... Ooh, we got 5 Panzer Grenadiers on the field. So 5 Panzer Grenadiers. We did have 3 Kettenkrads, but one of them got blown up. So we're back down to 2. He did produce a second one. I think that is a good choice. We really need to start taking some of these territories as the Jeep does its funky moves. Yeah, slip and slide. But really, Lolly, heavy infantry, I'm not too sure if this is going to pay off. He's going to have to micro extremely hardcore if he wants to go against Siberian pure infantry-wise anyway. No early 222s coming up from... Not even a single base building produced right now, so... It's going to be an interesting battle for me, because I really like heavily infantry-focused battles. And Siberian is a tough player. He might be able to bear the brute of all this infantry play. It's certainly not the strongest Panzer Elite tactic out there, but it can be difficult. And he's got bars out, which means he's going to be somewhat equipped enough to deal with an infantry invasion. Or at least he's got his flamethrowers as well. Flamethrowers, I think, are very, very important to have. The bars move in closer. They are getting heavily focused by the G43 rifles, but the bars should be able to bear the brunt of the damage up close and personal as well, doing as much damage in return to these guys. And Lolly, he decides to cower. I mean, he was alright for health there. He maybe could have stuck around for a bit longer and focused down that engineer squad, just done something to walk away with his head above the shoulders. Because you're worth it. And another squad is retreating right through here as well. You should be able to see that there is a mine going down there from the engineer squad. Depends where his eyes are focused. In the meantime, we had this Kettenkrad move around here. Usually in its stealthy form, but not too concerned today. Moving around, what does it want? Again, this map does not look healthy for Lolly. Using the stealth there to break the shooting from the rifleman. I will tell you what you need to do. Oh, we do have our first building produced. It's the Comforter Company, which allows him to take up to the Panzer Support Command. So he's expecting armor. Rightfully so. With this fuel, and this fuel, and this fuel, we've only got bargains, 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 a dildy-dee, where you can buy a tank factory in less than 10 minutes' time. We do need our support building just to get up there. We got sticky grenades coming out, so I'm guessing what's running through Siberian's head at the moment is he's saying there's going to be some light vehicles coming out. There's no way he can produce anything too heavy, but a sticky grenade will be enough to deal with whatever decides to come out. I've got the infantry, I've got great infantry play, and it's going to work out for me if I do this. We do have the supply yard coming out. That is good. He might decide to skip out on the tank factory. I see no reason why he would, but if he wants to play this infantry, as long as we don't see a P4 come out from Lolly, he's going to be okie dokie. Trust me, 100% on this one. The G43 rifles approaching from an odd angle, by the way. We are on like the more up north than Siberian is. He's just hiding in the heavy cover. This is just a forest of heavy cover. It used to be a forest, now it's just wood. That's a shame. That was a horrible pun, but Lolly trying to get in a good position. We'll have to see what he can make of this. He's questioning himself. He's like, I'm not... this looks bad. He's got to try his best, though. In the meantime, he was capturing the left-hand side of the map, which was probably the correct thing to do. He could just freaking move way into the base if he decides to, but what will happen there is Siberian will come from behind and cut his territory off. And then the retreat path for Lolly will be horrendously bad. He'll take so many casualties retreating if he decides to do that. So he's just going to fight it out here in the light cover. He's got a heavy cover here as well. We got a light AT gun. on a light anti-tank half-track, rather, because most things with the Panzer Elite are just mechanized. They're an extremely mechanized, by that I mean infantry and light armor. That tends to be their main aspect. The characteristics which define the Panzer Elite. We see that Siberian is trying to get into positions as well. He's got inside the house. He's moved back here. He's keeping his Jeep nicely repaired up, by the way, which has 2 light vehicles kills. That is both Kettenkrads. The light AT half-track could certainly deal with that Jeep rather swiftly if it hits. And Siberian has decided to actually just pull out entirely. That's an interesting decision. He's saying, okay, I've got enough territory I can put out. I'm going to heal up my units. Maybe if he gets a triage center, that would be nice. He's going to come back in force with a Hellcat. Yeah, hell yeah, we want to see some Hellcats. Oh, I love that unit. Ow, what the hell did I just... Ew. Just did something with my hand as I smacked the desk. I believe we just saw a mine get destroyed there. The Kettenkrad is capable of spotting mines along the road. We got some more here, and then see the Panzer Grenadiers wanted to arm them with their weaponry, firing, and the bullets seem to be pinging off. That reflective mine. Jeep firing against the Kettenkrad. I don't know what Lolly wants to do. He's moving in first with his Kettenkrad. He could at least put that in stealth so he doesn't get fired upon, but he's going for the victory points. Again, Lolly really likes his victory points. Probably not the most concerning aspect of the game right now. He is down to 327 points, though. That's not overly worrisome, I would say, but it's okay. If he decaps it, we'll leave it at that. That's right, get the fuel. We got the Hellcat to worry about now. No, as the Hellcat fires upon the Kettenkrad. Oh, it just goes into stealth before it actually remains targeted and fired upon, so it stays alive. We got another Kettenkrad out here as well. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We need the territory. We also need to bring in that light AT half-track now to deal, or at least immobilize this M18 Hellcat, so we can do something more with it. I doubt that Lolly does have anti-tank grenades researched, because anti-tank grenades, against moving targets, they tend to miss, and they don't do that much damage, but they are relatively cheap in munitions cost. So if he can immobilize that Hellcat, produce the anti-tank grenades, and he'll have a motionless target to fire against. Or he can produce more like AT guns, or he can probably maybe get a martyr tank if he decides to go that way as well. Most people do not use martyr tanks unless they are in deep doo-doo. Like, the martyr is the last choice of tank they want, really. Most people consider martyr tanks as just a pointless unit. I always consider them AT guns with mobility, that if you lose, they permanently die. So, in any case, this engagement seems to be favoring no one at all. We are in light cover for Lolly, heavy cover almost for Siberian, but the Hellcat is lurking in the background with the 50 cal gunner on top as well. Keeping its distance, though, against the light AT half-track. I think that's a wise decision. Again, we're getting a retreat from Siberian as he just wants to heal up. Now we have that triage center. That's good. We even got a weapon center out here as well. So we're only missing a motor pool, and it's doubtful that we want to go for a motor pool. We won't need AT guns. We didn't even get a supply yard upgrade, which is usually a nice thing to have against Panzer Elite, as those units give yummy amounts of XP for killing them. And that will really hurt later on in the game when you have to deal with rifleman veterancy, and this is just perfect. The light AT half-track, exactly where the Jeep was, and now it's been immobilized. Oh, how is this Jeep going to get out of this situation? Stay tuned right now, because it's probably not going to get out. Wow, look at the rate of fire of the light AT half-track. That was swift and decisive, and whee on the roof. Slide. If only he had a skateboard, that would have been a neat trick. Unfortunately, though, it is not. The engineers, rather, yeah, you don't want to be around here, Sonny. There's too many Panzer Grenadiers here for you to deal with. That's a massive ambition that you just cannot ever hope to achieve. I see a martyr tank out here. Ah, let's see how it wants to play. It really needs to settle down way behind infantry troops, because those sticky grenades from riflemen, if they decide to move up, it'll immobilize it. You can notice that this does not have a rotational turret. It has the agility of a brick and the armor of jam. So really you can't put it in front. It's going to die if you do that. And that's where I feel most people go wrong with the Marder tank. Just keep it back behind infantry, move it up. Try not to settle it down always if it's in a dire situation. We need to watch out on the flank. This is not going to look good for the Marder tank if these guys manage to sneak up right behind it and negate its retreat path. Now, I believe you can get around here. You certainly can. And the riflemen etching closer on the right-hand flank. They're going to go straight past the infantry. And now you can see that retreat path is almost being cut off. The position from Siberian is key to this engagement. The Marder tank now sees that the Hellcat is coming up from behind it, and the sticky grenades go off. That is going to do a large amount of damage, but why? Lolly just wanted to give as much damage to the Hellcat before he died. He knew that was going to die, and now it's not looking good for the half-track as well. I believe the sticky grenades will not be up in time. Oh, but the Hellcat, so never mind. It's gone. It's gone. It's out of there. No more. Lolly. That was a really bad engagement. Just looking at the map, we are only left with 2 Panzer Grenadiers and these chirpy fellows. Hi guys, welcome to the tournament. The Luftwaffe, no, the Fallschirmjäger. These are Fallschirmjäger, not Luftwaffe. Ah, scratch that, scratch that. We'll have to do this entire game again. No, we won't. Fallschirmjäger have this cunning ability to pop up wherever they so choose to on the map, so long as it's inside of a building. And I really like them as a unit, but I feel that sometimes they are ever so slightly weak. 250 cal gunners here though. More than enough to deal with a Fallschirmjäger squad. They also come with a load of abilities like being able to stealth in light and heavy cover. But I don't think this is going to make any difference anymore, guys. Lolly has done the GG. He's a very polite guy. Well played, Siberian. And definitely, yes, I think positioning in this game from Siberian was so freaking excellent. We even got a sniper here with that 8 kills. So we may have missed him. In any case, Siberian goes through, guys, to the next round to face Marines. Join me then. I'll see you. Fun. I'm Inuki.
Observation posts report the enemy is down to 300 points.
You want more video? Over there at the top of the screen are relevant videos, and some other videos below them. You can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button too. If you got this far, maybe you should press like. No one sticks around for this long. Your loyalty shall go unrewarded.
Inuki.